you got that out.
But I know.
Welcome back to No Crime After Dark, where we have to talk about crime in the daytime because she thugged it out last month, but I think she probably still scared.
Yeah, and it's nighttime.
Well, shit, that's daylight savings. We can't record in the daytime because we still be at work. You know, she been thugging it out the month of October, and it's nighttime. Did you ever watch Day? No.
No.
Scary ass.
We didn't. Yeah.
But
we did some days too because we was at the
we did good for the month of October. Oh, you talking about y'all missed some days with the movies?
Movies.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. No, missed us last week. We missed y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot we changed to Sundays till it was like 9:00 that night.
I thought you was tired and hungover from your party.
I actually wasn't.
Oh,
it was shocking to even me because as I'm getting ready to go, like, girl, don't drink too much. You're supposed to be recording, but then Sunday I didn't think about it at all.
Oh, I said, oh, well, that's fine.
It was not on my brain. I'm not even gonna lie. It didn't cross my mind. I see. I'm a creature of habit. We can't be changing shit midway. We've been doing Tuesday or Wednesday for.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go back to the gym.
No, lose your weight, girl. Get healthy.
I'm too fat.
So last month we just basically did a bunch of different stories based on Halloween. Yeah, excluding last week, obviously. But we're back at it. My memory was working this week. So we got it done. But this week's story is if you were born before 90, I would say. Because 95, I would say 95, but you wouldn't have been that old.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember this story. So when I
do. And if I'm not mistaken, it was probably middle school, but it was either middle school or high school. We had to watch the movie. And in our human growth and development class.
So it had to be high school. I said it happened while we were in middle school.
98. It was either middle school or high school, whatever maybe it was high school when the movie came out.
Yeah, watched the movie.
But we had to watch it at school. I do remember that. Because that was part of human growth and development and all that jazz. You got to get into the sexualities and things or not sexualities, but preferences. Let's say that. You see, I was struggling for the right word. Did you see?
You already went through this the other day.
Sexual orientations. That's what I was trying to say. But this is the story of Matthew Shepard. Like I said, if you were born anytime before 90, unless you were or around 90, unless you're Tatiana and just didn't know about it. I'm shocked you didn't. Like I said, I don't remember when it initially, like when it first broadcasted, when it happened. But I do remember after the fact, it was everywhere. I do remember that because girls they watching the news. But Matthew Shepard, I don't know how to give a description without telling the whole story. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it. He was born in Wyoming. Casper, Wyoming, December 1st of 1976 to Judy and Dennis Shepard. He was the oldest of two boys. He had a younger brother, Logan, that was born in 1981. And they said they were super close. His parents described him as a really nice person. He was friendly. They said he was very empathetic. Like if you were hurt, he was too. He was just all around, like, generally a good kid. He liked the outdoors. He would go hunting with his dad. And I mean, it's Wyoming. What else is there to do? But he enjoyed spending that time with his dad. They said even though he was friendly, he got teased and bullied a lot because he was so tiny. And that's because he was a preemie baby. Just small in stature. He was just very petite, I think they said, I don't remember, but he was like 5 foot something. He was barely taller than me.
He was small, a small little guy.
Yeah, I do remember that, which makes this story even worse. In elementary school, he attended Crest Hill Elementary. And continued on to middle school and high school. I didn't get into all that because there wasn't a whole lot to talk about with high school. Unless you got it. You got it? Go ahead.
Well, he in high school he became friends with a lot of girls. So the mom knew, something was going on. But it's
that's not why she said it.
Yeah.
Did you catch what he was doing in elementary school for Halloween for 3 years?
Oh no, they didn't have that on mine.
She said the very first time, this was in the documentary I watched, the very first time she had an inkling was when he was in elementary school. And I'm sorry, y'all, he was gay. I forgot to say that at the beginning. I'm sorry. Yeah. This is a big part of this is the whole part of the story. He was gay. Story. But the first time his mom even kind of thought it was because for 3 years in a row for Halloween, he dressed as Dolly Parton. And she said by year 3, like he had mastered it. Like the kids loved it, the teachers loved it. It was pure entertainment, but okay.
Right. Yeah, we had a lot of high school friends that were girls. Some guys, but not
he was getting
many girls. But his sophomore year, the dad got a job for an oil company, and that's when that's when he went to high school. He was in Switzerland.
Yeah, so that was summer of '94. Mm-hmm. He got hired, like she said, it was an oil company. It's called Saudi.
Girl,
I wrote that wrong, but y'all can go look it up. No, Saudi. I don't know. I'm missing a letter. I know I am, but it's a Saudi Arabian oil group, and they produce petroleum and natural gas type stuff. And they moved the family from Wyoming to Saudi Aramco. I knew I was missing a letter. Aramco residential camp in Durant. Don't quote none of these pronunciations of none of this because I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
But he went to high school in Switzerland, to an American school.
And I love I was about to say, and I love the name of the school. They didn't try hard. It's called the American School.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen that. I was yeah.
In Switzerland, where he participated in theater, which there's another word I'm looking for. Stereotypically, there we go. Most people stereotypically associate most gay people, especially back then, to stuff like theater and acting or whatever. But he also took up German and Italian while he was there. Mm-hmm. That's where he would end up graduating from in '95. And after that, he kind of bounced around a little bit. He went from the American school, and after that, he attended. Do you know how to say that? Catawba. It's in North Carolina. CAT.
I didn't get that part.
I don't know. Catawba. Yeah. After he left there, he went to Catawba College in North Carolina, Casper College in Wyoming, and then ultimately decided to go to college in Denver, which I did not catch the name of that school.
And I didn't get that part either. But so when he was in Switzerland in high school, mm-hmm. they used to take trips. Did you guys get that in your documentary?
I didn't get that in mine.
Okay, well, the kids used to take trips all the time, like just different places. And this one time they went to Morocco.
It was in the movie, but I didn't catch it because that was another again. I was like, word.
It was in Morocco, and everybody was just basically chilling for the night in Morocco. Yeah. But he wanted to kind of go out and sightsee, and in his fashion, I was like, I'm just gonna go for a little bit, and end up being the R word to in Morocco at night, and he ended up running back home and telling his friends. The police were called and the cops were called, but of course they're never going to find men that would have R word another man because in that culture
it's Morocco for one thing, so that's
right. There's no gay people there, so they had they really didn't have an interest, and that's when he ended up finishing school and going back to the United States. But I didn't have in my documentary that he went to North Carolina or Denver.
Yeah, he bounced around a little bit after he left there. And then what I did catch in the movie while I was watching it at work, my source was actually on YouTube.
Saying that we was working, just at work, we're watching videos.
Yeah, but my job is done. I still got the job. I ain't had no complaints, no write-ups. I mean, I'm doing something right. But what I did catch in that part of the movie when he was R-worded. They stole his shoes too. And in the scene, it was sad because he's like, his parents felt awkward talking about it. He felt awkward because he wanted to talk to them about it, but they still didn't fully get it. And he was just like, after everything they did to me, they still took my shoes.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, like it was. I just thing. That's all I can say.
In the crime too, the real crime.
But that's what makes it weird. Like twice. What kind of shoes was he wearing? First of all, like everybody wants your shoes. Look
You got good shoes.
I mean, I got some nice shoes, but I don't think nobody gonna kill me and then take them. Like I don't know. But yeah, after he got back from Morocco and finished school and all that, he came back to the States. I would have to. And apparently him and mom, or at least him and his brother probably, and their mom came back, and the dad was still working overseas because when everything popped off, he had to fly back.
But see, on my thing is that the parents, nobody was here when he was hurt. The parents had to fly back they had started like the process of them flying back.
You say when he was hurt?
You know, the crime.
Okay. No, I'm talking about they hadn't. Oh, he was grown too. That's the other thing. Yeah. You're right. I might have it twisted. But when he started attending college in Denver, and actually double back a little bit, Buddy had a couple things under his belt. He was a political science major, and his minor was languages. To go with his political science major, he joined a group called the LGBTQ. That was before we added the rest of the alphabet to it. The Lesbian, Gay, Transgender, Bisexual Association. That's all we had then. I don't even say it now because I don't know all the letters that go in it anymore. So, but this was
even use that.
It's like LGBTQIA something. I stopped after A.
I don't even know people that use that.
The people that are actually involved in those kind of groups.
Oh, I don't know those.
And,
I don't know.
And then you have the what do they call it? Where they call themselves they, them, we.
Anyways, back to the association.
It's part of the situation. She can't find nothing nice to say.
It's just confusing. That's all.
And this is the best way we could put it without getting the whole page taken down. And
right, people are gonna be after us.
It is very confusing. It was easier when it was really LGBTA. We got the first four letters. I feel like it summed up everybody.
I do too, but I mean,
yeah, I want to be them, they, her, him.
It's confusing. I just don't understand it.
That's where they lost me with the non-binary. That's the word.
I need a list. Like,
Google
this is what this means. This is what this means. This is what this means.
Well, we know what LGBT stands for.
I didn't say them.
They ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It's all the other ones.
Anyhow, this was his way, or this made it able for him to be around people like him that were gay or lesbian, whatever. He actually had some friends that understood what he was going through, and they were kind of just, a group of friends. If you need to talk about it, you can talk to them because they get it. They're going through the same thing. He didn't really feel comfortable talking to his mom and dad about it. Mm-hmm. His dad was in denial forever, but I like that he didn't treat him no different. But we're finna get into the bullshit, y'all. Okay. Well, actually, before I get all the way into the BS, allegedly, and I'm gonna say this now, allegedly, during this time in college, and I'm not entirely surprised if it is true, Matthew had a serious drug addiction.
I didn't have that on my documentary.
Yeah, the one I had was giving all the tea. I found some articles on Google.
But see, that's why I feel like sometimes they be adding things like, because sometimes they be feeling like in order for a person to be this way, he had to have some type of problem.
I get what you're saying, but it was more than enough sources that I found.
Well, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying, they will tell you that. Oh,
yeah, they'll say it, especially back then. It's still
either way
very accepted. Yeah,
they did say that he was depressed. He was like, on and off of his depression. So I did get that, but they didn't mention drugs for mine.
Yeah, I found a couple articles. I didn't write the name of the author down. Shame on me, because I always get those little random details. But he came out with a book highlighting the fact that Matthew allegedly had a serious drug problem. I know opioids was mentioned, and methane.
So
yeah. So that was the alleged situation. And everybody allegedly knew this about him. So on October 6th, after having the meeting with the LGBTQ, LGBTA. Yeah, let's see. They got me adding the letters now.
The group. Friends.
And they had their meeting. They were planning an event that was coming up. And after they left this meeting.
So he's already moved back to Wyoming. You stopped at Denver.
He died in Colorado, is what I got. Because if he was at what I got, what I looked up online, and I could be wrong. Go ahead, girl. Because I showed didn't when I looked up what state did he die in, because I got caught off guard in my documentary. So I Googled it because I got confused. And I have Colorado because they said the place where he actually died was in Colorado. But what you say makes sense because
at the hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe.
I'm from Wyoming to Colorado. Then now I got questions.
Okay. Well, how far is that from each other? Because they did say they had to fly him to a different hospital from where he was at originally. Because
no, you're right. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Documentary point that I did not write down. It happened in Wyoming for sure.
Okay.
Because of the injuries.
Because he was going to the same college that his mom and dad went to.
Yeah. So
that was a lost girl.
Due to his injuries, no, I threw myself off on that one. Yeah. Due to his injuries, the hospital that he went to in Wyoming couldn't treat it. That's how he ended up in Colorado.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't write that part down, but I should have, apparently. But yeah, no, that's what happened. So on October 6th, after this meeting at his school, he tells his friends to drop him off at a local bar. Now, before we get into what's about to happen, I normally try, I don't know if you do or not, but I try to get some background on the killers. I didn't care this time because y'all not that important. Because this was just completely unnecessary. So I'm not even finna go through it. And it was so much stuff. I put in Matthew's name and the killer's names is coming up. I look because why? But I'm not. So they all grew up in the same town. I'm gonna say that. They knew each other before this, but the friend dropped Matthew off at the bar. He was having a good old time, allegedly doing drugs, also allegedly selling them. Aaron McKinney,
My documentary didn't say that.
Girl, I got the tea on this one, okay? Your documentary
was juicy. My documentary
and I was looking up intentional stuff. So.
The facts are he was at the bar and people tried to rob him. My documentary said the facts.
And your documentary got it was an hour and a half long and it didn't even give you all that.
Yeah. Because it was just giving me facts. That's it. Facts.
No, I got the facts and the allegedly.
Yeah, I guess, and all the allegedly, right.
So, on October 6th, they go out. He runs into, I just passed up the page that they thought on Aaron McKinney. I remember that because he was a bit of a jerk and I didn't like him in the video. Yeah, Aaron McKinney and Russell Henderson. We gonna get to that because we ain't gonna talk about this and I don't talk about Aaron. But anyhow, he runs into Russell and Aaron at said bar. Now, two things make me think they was gay too. This is the first one. Who acts gay to rob somebody?
Well, remember they called it on what you call? They called it what would they call it? With Bert. The Beatrice 5. Remember they said
girl.
They had a whole name for it.
They did. Mad about it.
Go ahead. They was acting gay.
Girl, now I'm about to be thinking about that all night. Now I got to go back and find the word. No, but they did have a whole word for that. But because okay. Anyway,
and they was in the Midwest too. Maybe that's just a thing they do there. I don't know.
Midwest folks, let it go. People out here gay. Just be you. Just y'all doing too much. Just be who you are. Be your true self, honey. But they pretended to be gay to get Matthew to go with them. Meanwhile, the whole intention was to rob him. Mm-hmm. They get him in the car. I saw a few alleged situations as to what led up to them beating him up the way they did. Mm-hmm. But the only thing that makes sense was they tried to rob him. He didn't have the drugs. They tried to get the money. He only had $20 on him.
And a debit card.
He gave him the 20 he had, and a debit card. He didn't have no actual hard cash on him. Mm-hmm. I believe some words were shared between him and Aaron because his dad said in my documentary that he had a smart mouth and he loved to argue. So
yeah, his dad said he loved to argue.
Yeah, he's like he loved to argue. So my mind goes to Aaron probably said something to him. He said something back. Aaron got in his feelings. They started beating him up in the car. Got him literally to the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. Tied him to a fence to the point where they said they couldn't get their fingers through to get the rope or whatever they tied him up with off. They had to use something sharp. Tied him to a fence and pistol whipped him. They said up to 18 times, and this is all in the face. They ain't hit him nowhere else, all in the face and the head. Pistol whipped him. They said they know for sure he was struck at least 18 times. They said they kicked him in his jewels, set him on fire, and left him for dead. You look about sleep. You look like you sleep.
I was looking at my note right here, like.
Yeah, and left him for dead. And I'm doing good because I put myself in my situation in the mind of his mama. Now, my situation is tragic enough. To know somebody did that to your baby, to your son, your firstborn, and shout out to her for not pursuing the sentence they should have got. But because you better than me. Because if y'all don't do it, I am. So, period. But this was the 6th. So he went out the 5th. The 6th, the 5th is
he went out the 6th.
Yeah, he went out the 5th/6 because it would have gone into the early morning. Because they said it happened about 3:00 in the morning.
They found him on the 7th.
Mm-hmm. No, it happened on he went out. Well, yeah.
They found him on the 7th. The morning.
He went out on the 5th. Nope, he was found on the 6th. That I know for sure because everything I looked up that came up. I had my dates wrong. He would have left the meeting on the 5th, left the club with them early morning the 6th. They found him later that morning on the 6th. And everything I looked up said he was found on the 6th and he died. Because that's the thing I'm just saying it was
October.
It was 6 days between it happened and when he died. But nonetheless, it was October, the first week, roughly. But yeah, so once he's found, dude was riding a mountain bike. That's tragic. I'm just riding around, getting a nice little bike ride in the morning, get some fresh air, and this is what I find. I never want to be the person to find a dead body.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be that person. So of course they take him to the hospital. The sad part about it was they said you could see where he had a tear streak at. Like that was the only semi-clean part of his face.
See that.
They found him. Yeah.
The lady said that when the biker pulled up, there was a deer there. That's why he thought it was a scarecrow, like with a scarecrow out. But why would it be tied up low? It should be up high.
Right.
And then I guess when he started walking towards the deer, ran off. Mm-hmm. And obviously it was not a scarecrow.
So he's rushed to the hospital. His parents were contacted. And this is when they had to start the transition of getting back to the States to get to him. Now, what I thought was funny was the mom was like, when they flew in, they walked him through, like they had to walk out onto the tarmac and then like they took him the back way and everything through the airport. Same thing with the hospital because the press was everywhere. Even though they didn't know what the parents looked like, they just didn't want them to have to be worried with that. So they went up to the room. The parents, other sad part, this whole story is sad, but they thought he had been in a car accident. They didn't think it was anything as severe as it was. They go in, they see him. He's about as bad as you can imagine being pistol whipped.
He's in a coma.
In a coma. Mama knew it was him because of little scars he had from when he was a kid. So that's how she knew it was him. And then they step out and the doctor gives them the real about the injuries. The key factor, we all know blunt force trauma, brain damage, but they beat him so bad. They broke the cerebral cortex. If you paid any type of attention in science, you're not living after that.
Yeah, it figures.
Spine, that, gone. You're out of here. So they just told him straight up, he's never going to wake up. And even if he did, he was going to be a vegetable. They didn't say it that way, but that's what it was going to be.
I mean, who wants to put the baby? Like I say, okay, yeah, go ahead.
This was all on the 9th. 3 days later, Matthew died. Dumb and Dumber got caught because right after they beat Matthew, they went back into the city and started some shit with some random Mexican dudes and got the fighting.
Got beat up.
And went to jail. You could have just went home and played dumb for a few days. You went from one.
Well, they went home for a little bit because remember that's how they were trying to throw away some evidence. They went home for a little bit, but I guess they wasn't having fun. I don't know.
That adrenaline was probably still going, and based off of what I could see from Aaron and how he was acting in court, he didn't care.
No.
You're a homophobe and you're apparently racist. He didn't care.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, of course, police asking questions. Aaron is being a jerk from the gate. Like he wants an attorney. He's not talking to them.
He's not saying
he's not doing
who's that. Yeah, he's just
he's not doing none of it. So shout out to Russell because Russell was like, nah, I'm not going down the same road as Buddy. They offered Russell a plea deal so he wouldn't have to go to court.
Take it. Thank you. And I'll
listen. Matthew died in October. By April, Russell had a plea deal and took it.
He was not
and agreed to testify against Aaron. And what they said exactly. He pled guilty to kidnapping and murder to get out of the death penalty, and he would testify against Aaron. Aaron wanted to play tic-tac-toe the entire time. They get the evidence. Well, first they interrogate the girlfriends of Russell and Aaron. And like, I ain't gonna say most girlfriends, but some girlfriends will probably do. I ain't doing it, so don't ask. They lie. Like, no, they was at the house with us all night and da-da-da-da. Like, no, they was with us. Police don't believe. Yeah, don't ask me. Police don't believe them because they're the girlfriend. So they get a search warrant for Aaron's girlfriend's house because she eventually breaks down because now you're an accessory after the fact, whether we get the evidence or not, but especially if we do, you're an accessory after the fact.
I mean, the evidence was already there anyway. They already knew it was them. The debit card was in the car, in their truck.
Yeah.
His hair with the rope was in the car. And his shoe.
And it was blood on the shoe was blood on the gun, of course.
Yeah.
They were.
The gun's just out in the open, like. I mean, I know you guys are all hunters, but
I'll say it's Wyoming.
It's not a deer blood. You know, it's not deer blood on your gun. You're not in the back of the truck. Like, oh, it's okay. No one to notice that it's human blood.
It's just Wyoming. But the girlfriend, when she told it. You go out and look out here by the shed.
Everything's there.
Gun that. The ID and whatever else was in a dirty diaper in the trash can. Like, nah, y'all just not smart, bro. So after she told, McKinney really ain't had no choice. And some things I took away from the movie, like I said, he was arrogant because the dude that played him, first of all, is one of my favorite people from Law and Order. But anyway, they just kept talking about how arrogant he was. You can see it. You can go on YouTube, Google it. there were clips of him smiling in court because what are you so happy about?
He tried to use the defense of him touching me and I was molested as a kid and I just snapped. Really? That's what you came up with?
After you pretended to be gay?
And
so what else was he supposed to think?
But if it was a woman touching
you, would you have done the same thing?
Right. Yeah. No, get the fuck out of here.
Killers always have the most random reasons.
Yeah.
Once they got the evidence, McKinney couldn't lie no more. Plain and simple. He just couldn't lie no more. So now, this is the part, like I said, she better than me. Apparently, the mom, because Pops wanted the death penalty, period.
Yeah.
The mom was the one that ultimately decided we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Again, she is a noble individual.
Well, like, I mean, I get what she was saying when she said it. Like, you're going to live every day because of my son, and you're going to think of him, and you're going to, so, I mean, I understand. I mean, that tortures that guy, but and for her, it's like the easy way out, laying down and letting them put you to sleep. But I mean, I would be like, no, let me pistol whip him in the fucking face with him tied up to my, like, oh, don't say that. Okay. I would say, let me just my child to him. Like,
oh, Lord. Yeah, don't say what you would do.
I would do it. So, and I already know I'm going to prison about mine. I don't give
No, that's why I said she's better than me because, like I said, either they gonna do it or I'm gonna do it or I'm gonna find
my baby. You don't even need to look back at this tape.
No, like
come get me because I'm gonna keep doing it. If something happens to my baby, I'm on vengeance only. Yeah. I'm getting them done. Don't even have to go look for evidence. Okay.
No, for real, because I did. I'm just sitting on the curb. You're gonna catch me on the curb smoking a blunt with a glass of wine. Just waiting. I'm gonna send a mass text out there.
Sympathy and empathy for nobody else in their fucking family because they didn't have none for mine.
And that's the people that go through this. God bless them. Seriously, that don't retaliate, that don't get the death penalty for these people. You guys are amazing people, and you're gonna live a long time. But
you're definitely going to heaven.
Because you hear people, well, I don't agree with the death penalty. You don't have the right. You're not God. You don't have the right to take somebody else's life. I feel like that's the proper punishment and judgment for somebody that kills somebody or molest or rapes, somebody.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a proper sentencing. If they feel like they can go out and just kill people.
And then to do it, I mean, because at the end of the day, it was a hate crime. You did this because this boy was gay. Yes, you knew he was gay. You went to try to act gay so you can rob him, but then decided, you know what, we're gonna rob him and we're gonna beat his ass and kill him. Like you're very hateful. It's just
Aaron was an ass. Like he just y'all. If y'all was gonna beat him up. But A, not that bad, and B, don't leave him in the middle of nowhere, stranded and tied to a damn fence. Huh?
Just leave people alone. That man.
That too, but we gotta
enjoy his drink at the bar. Or if he was or was not doing drugs, that's his choice. He was not bothering you. Leave him alone.
Well, allegedly, he had a whole lot of methane in his possession that was worth a lot of. So allegedly, $10,000.
Again, leave that man alone. That man ain't bothering you. If you want some allegedly drugs, you need to come up with some money and purchase them like everybody else.
Oh, Lord. Anyhow, McKinney ended up
crime. Get the hell out of here, dope.
McKinney ended up accepting the guilty plea too. He got the plea deal. They were both sentenced to 2 life sentences. They're never getting out.
No.
To the second thing that I think that word I can't remember from the Beatrice 6, that they pretended to be gay. Did you see or did your documentary research show you about a letter that Aaron wrote to Russell?
No.
So the police intercepted, because of course they weren't in the same prison. They intercepted one of the letters that Aaron wrote to Russell. Just tell them it was all me. You didn't have anything to do with it. It was my idea. You're the only real friend I've ever had. You've never turned your back on me. You've never told on me. You've always been so loyal to me, and I'm going to always remain loyal to you. I'm sorry for getting you into this. Y'all went there together knowing y'all was going to at least try to rob him. They blamed the killing part on Aaron, but y'all both went there knowing y'all was going to try to rob him.
But you can't say, oh, yes, I watched that man beat his ass to where he died, and I just sat there and watched.
Oh, he helped him tie him up too. He said that.
I'm just saying, it don't matter if it was he. If he did
you gonna get this. You
get there and fucking watch. Like, dude, it doesn't matter what your letter says. You're going to jail. Shit. You know, some people just be trying to just come out of any damn thing. Like, no. The
Matthew Shepard Foundation.
That, you know, his mom fought for that hate bill to come to light, like because they had it on, like, you know, they had it in rotation. They wanted to get it done, but it wouldn't pass, and she fought for a very long time. Her and that Bird's family.
And this is going to be we're not going to say part 2, but a twofer.
Yeah.
Because the hate crime bill that came about, that Obama signed and put in the works. Yeah, that was him that did that.
Well, because he fought to get it signed.
Yeah, so Obama made that happen, or helped make that happen.
Yeah.
It was for both Matthew Shepard and
only 23 years later.
You said what?
Only 23 years later. I'm just being
for real.
It was like a long time. Like
forever. You got to think 23 years was our 20s for us, or late teens, I should say. That was our late teens.
I just don't understand how people can say, like, I'm gonna kill him, or like on the documentary that I watched, they went to his funeral to talk about how what an F word he was, and how he's gonna go to hell. They were protesting at his funeral. Because
the killers or what?
And then they said, God hates gays, right? This is what he says. You are at a funeral protesting this man because he was gay. Said God hates gays. You don't think that whoever you believe in is disappointed that you're standing right here at the funeral?
At this man's funeral. That was murder, no less. Y'all not mad at the people that killed him, but him, who's dead.
Right.
So he can't even be gay no more. He dead.
And so is murder good? Like, wait, so you say, okay, God hates gays, let's murder them? Because I could have swear Jesus didn't like murder either. You know, I don't know the Bible that well, but I'm just saying. Good grief.
They still haven't passed any marriage laws or anything in Wyoming after all of that.
Oh, I mean, it took forever. It took forever just to get. I mean, like, these people just don't give a damn. First of all, I don't even want to talk about that. But anyways, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn until it happens to their baby, and then they're like, oh yeah, bitch, we've been telling you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that either. But because I ain't gonna go there either. We ain't gonna talk about that right now. Yeah, but the foundation was started both for Matthew and James Bird was his name. And we'll be covering that next week. But that's how we got the laws instated for the hate crimes and all of that. But yeah,
you hate somebody so bad to want to kill them.
That girl that was living in my house when I was pregnant, even with what she said and did, I ain't want to kill her.
Right. I mean, I just a lot of people like, I want to break their kneecaps, cut off their penises, you know, but like kill them, like I don't know.
I mean, I can't say what I've thought about doing, but it probably could kill somebody if I'm going at a fast enough speed.
That's true too.
R.I.P. to Matthew.
I know, that's sad. I'm sorry that happened to him.
No, that was just completely
unnecessary. Regardless of the drugs and this and that,
he didn't deserve
somebody's son. He was somebody's brother. He was a human fucking being. He did not deserve to be murdered in that way. I mean, no one deserves to be murdered.
He deserved to be murdered, period. We don't, like you said, leave him alone. Mind your business.
Leave him the fuck alone. You gonna steal from Walmart? Shit, they got money. Why steal from somebody else that has to hustle as well?
My thing, again, we're not gonna talk about that either. This is a real touchy one. We really can't say nothing other than what we wrote down and what was in them documentaries.
That's why I was trying to stick to my note.
Yeah.
What that note say? But that's some bullshit. Is what I wrote down. But I don't know about that shit right there. I said shoes.
R.I.P. to the homie Matt.
Yes.
Shout out to his parents. They still going strong, repping him and participating in these rallies and everything for gay and lesbian people. My gym for this week, we're gonna take from Todd. Leave people alone.
Just leave people the fuck alone.
And it ain't that much hate in the world. Leave people alone.
Not that hate in the world. You cannot hate a motherfucker that much. You won't hurt them that way. And then
they ain't did nothing to you.
Right, ain't did nothing to you. Nothing that man does or did, or any man or any human, it does affect your life. Does it affect you? Why the hell is him being gay bother you that much? Just an idiot. Idiots.
As always, be safe.
Leave people alone.
Ladies, daylight savings has come upon us. Get in your car, lock the door, start the car, and leave. Don't go through your purse. Don't go to the gas station at night.
Say that too either.
Huh?
Don't go to the gas station at night.
That either. If you can help it, wait till in the morning. I know nobody likes going to the gas station before going to work, but wait till in the morning. It's that time of year. You did the holidays. This is the time of year people get crazy and stupid, want to start robbing people and mess with people and not minding their business.
Again,
but be safe, take care of yourselves, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Just leave people alone.